All right, the next one is longitudinal stability. Now I've put chapters 6 and 7 together because the longitudinal stability is quite a small chapter. Since we're considering the longitudinal section of the vessel, the centre of gravity is called the longitudinal centre of gravity, or LCG. The longitudinal centre of buoyancy, LCB, is the point through which the force of buoyancy can be said to be acting vertically upwards. So here, this picture of what happens when the centre of buoyancy and gravity are not in the same vertical line. We know that if we put a weight somewhere, the centre of gravity will move towards the weight. So in this case, you could probably say that there's a weight being added to the back deck. The centre of gravity moves towards that weight. The vessel will start to trim by the stern, and the centre of buoyancy will move until it finds the centre of the underwater portion of the hull in line with the centre of gravity. So here it is. So I'll just move that picture. So the forces of buoyancy and gravity will cause the vessel to rotate, as shown by the arrows. The bow of the vessel will rise higher and the stern will sink deeper. The rotation of the vessel will cause the shape of the underwater volume of the vessel, or a change in it. The longitudinal centre of buoyancy will move to the new centre of the underwater volume, and the rotation will stop when the centre of buoyancy and gravity are in the same vertical line. So there's an activity there for you to do. And another one there, 6.2. The centre of flotation is the centre of the water plane area of the vessel at a given draft. The vessel trims about the centre of flotation, and it's possible to calculate the trim of the vessel using a quantity known as MTC, or moments to change the trim by 1 centimetre. MTC for various drafts are indicated in the FV TAMAR's hydrostatic tables in column 5. All right, so that's longitudinal centre of buoyancy and gravity. And the next one is the simplified stability data. Now you've got a learner guide there, which is the FV TAMAR. So within the questions in chapter 7 of the learner guide, it just goes through and we want you to read the FV TAMAR stability book and do those few questions that are in there. So this presentation is pretty much just all those questions that need to be answered in your learner guide, so that you're doing that to find out the information that's in there, or pulling the information out of it. So it starts off with activity 7.1, and so read through the book and then answer the activities in section 7. And so this presentation just pretty much goes through the activities that are in the book. So 7.1, there you go, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, and then the progress checked. And then we'll do a presentation on how to fill out that stability data form.